hours today, September the 15th, 2025, as we are hearing that Russia has made the announcement that NATO is at war with them, and we're hearing that this is going to be World War III. Let's take a look at the latest headlines so you can see it for yourself. Now, Putin's spokesman makes a chilling World War III comment as NATO, they say, is at war with Russia. Take a look at the headlines. NATO is at war with Russia, the Kremlin says, and a lot of people are concerned about this because this will directly involve the United States. So we had heard that the U.S. had just come out, I let you know yesterday, warned against this and said, we will defend every inch of NATO territory. Now, take a look at some more of the headlines with me. Representative Cole said he was going to retire yesterday, but the GOP hawk worries about World War III after the Russian escalation that has currently launched. In addition to that, take a look. Longtime GOP lawmaker says, we've never seen anything like this. He warns Trump of World War III. World War III fear is real. You can see this came out about 5 days ago when we saw those drone attacks enter into Poland. What will happen if Russia-Poland conflict activates NATO Article 4 and 5? 4 has already been initiated, which means that the NATO nations are coming together saying, do we need to unify globally against Russia for what is currently taking place? Now, Russia warns of World War III. You can see this coming out today, September the 15th. NATO, no-fly zone over Ukraine. This will trigger an even bigger war. Also, Russia versus NATO. Poland, UK, France, Germany, Denmark, Romania, Ukraine. Are we witnessing World War III in Europe launching right now? And you can see the date on this, September the 15th, 2025. This is coming out today. Are we witnessing World War III in Europe? What are the roles of the United States and China? Let me know in the comments. Are we entering World War III right now? If so, put Ww3 in the comments. I've heard some people say it started years ago when Russia invaded Ukraine. It is just now starting to get global. Now, in addition to that, we're hearing that the United States, take a look at this, dated September the 15th, 2025, flexes its military muscle against emerging threat in the Arctic. And guess who that is? That is Russia and China. We're hearing the United States is flexing because they know potentially we could be going to war here very soon. And take a look. The U.S. is observing the Belarus-Russia war games as NATO allies feel the heat of Moscow's incursions. We heard these were nuclear threats, nuclear warnings. In addition to that, we saw just about a week or so ago, China host 20 adversarial nations of the United States in a celebration of the 80th anniversary of World War II. Donald Trump called them out. There'll be news coming out in the past couple of hours today, September the...
So there you have it. World War III is going down. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakak Wadash. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect around the world, and double honors to the elders. Great millstone. We like to say shalom to the women listening, learning in silence. World War III is going down. Let's go to Sirach 39 and 1. All right, Sirach, that would be Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha 39 and 1. And it reads, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of the ancient and be occupied in prophecy. Okay, and we know that Yahweh Shai, the Savior, is the spirit of prophecy. Revelation 19 and 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. Worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. So what we have here is John in the book of Revelation, okay, talking with an angel, and the angel said, don't worship me, worship Yahweh Shai. And he's telling him that Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. So we are glued, we men of the Lord are glued into prophecy. And as you just heard, it's going down. Okay. Russia is bombing, or he has they've sent drones to Poland. That's what we know. Okay, a lot of this information is being hidden, but we do know that they have sent violated Poland airspace, and therefore NATO has been activated. All right, their military. I also heard that they're on the border of Poland. Okay, they have mounting soldiers on the border of Poland. Okay, so it's going down. All right, let's go to Ezekiel 3 verses 17, because we've been commanded to warn you of what's to come. All right, Ezekiel 3 and 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth, and give them warning from me. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speaketh to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand. Yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. So that's the reason why we go out here on the highways and hedges. That's why we continue to prophesy. All right. Okay. Because we're hoping in the protection. All right. In the evil day to come. Because there is no other protection. You can't save yourself during the times that we're getting ready to enter into. All right. You're not going to be able to save yourself. It's going to be through the Spirit of the Lord and him dispatching angels to protect you. Okay. All right. Everything is going to collapse. They're going to take everything away. Just understand that. Everything. Okay. All right. So, I mean, just letting you know that up front, you know, you're going to lose everything, you know, your bank account, your money, your food, all of that's going out the window. All right. All of this is Esau Edom's plan to get you in subjection. All right. To his new world order, and eventually a implantable device that they want to put in everybody, because they know who the Israelites are. All right, and they know that what time it is. Okay, that the Lord is visiting the earth. Okay, and that with plagues and curses. All right, they know what's happening in the earth is the Spirit of the Lord. So they have activated their new world order. That's why you got the troops in each city and all of that. Okay, all of this is going down. They plan on having a great reset. All right. So that's just a tidbit of understanding that hopefully you already know. All right. But you're not going to be able to stock up food or nothing like that, because the Lord has already seen this movie. Okay. So the people, when they lose it, you know, when the debit cards don't work, they're going to be kicking in doors. It's going to be invasions. All right. All right, that's Second Esdras. You can go to Second Esdras, chapter 15, 14 on down. All right, and read about that. Okay. All right. That your neighbor is not going to be your neighbor anymore. Okay. It's going to be all about survival. All right. Great tribulation. All right. And when this war does pop off, everything is going to just totally be mad crazy. Okay. All right. But anyway, we're here to warn you, as I read in Ezekiel 3 verse 17, as the Lord has commanded. So the Lord prophesied 3 woes to come in the earth. All right, let's go there. All right, so this is all prophecy. And they all going to come to pass. All the prophecies will come to pass. All right. So let's go to Revelation 8 and 13. And it reads, And I beheld and heard an angel flying through the midst of heaven, saying with a loud voice, Woe, Woe, woe to the inhabitants of the earth by reason of the other voices of the trumpet of the three angels which are yet to sound. Okay, so you see that? So the Lord let his servants know, okay, all right, the prophets, the men of the Lord know that there will be three woes to come in the earth. Woe meaning destruction. All right, we had World War One, we had World War Two, and we're approaching World War III, that third woe. Okay, let's go to Revelation chapter 9 and verses 12. And it reads, one woe is past. We had World War One, and behold, there come two woes more hereafter. Okay, you see that? Then when we go to Revelation 11 and 14, and it reads, the second woe is past. World War II is past, right? And behold, the third woe cometh quickly. And that's what's happening. All right. It's going to catch everybody off guard. Okay. This is coming quickly. They're mounting up. Okay. These European nations are mounting up for war. Okay. All right. And in America, they're not even warning you of this. Okay. They're telling their citizens to stock up goods and medicine over there in France. Okay. And it's been months ago. All right. All right. So the Lord warned us of this. All right. All right. So let's go to hold on. This is happening in real time. Okay. We're seeing it in real time. We're the generation to see the end of the world. Okay. This is all right. The East nations versus the West. Okay. NATO the beast. All right. The European Union. In America, Babylon the Great riding the beast. All right. They tell NATO what to do. All right. NATO follows America. All right. With Russia. Okay. They're going to fight against Russia. All right. Okay. Because Russia invaded the airspace of Poland, another NATO member. All right. So when anyone attacks any of the allies, all right, of the United States, America, or NATO, then they attack. They come together to defend each other. All right, they're allies. All right. So again, we are living in a time like no other. Okay, we're living at the end of the world. What does that actually mean? That means the end of the rulership of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right, his dominion of rule was for only a short season. Okay. All right. He ruled for thousands of years. Okay. All right. I think I'm not sure exact. I'm not going to quote no numbers. I'm just going to say they ruled as the Greeks, and then they ruled in the Greco-Roman Empire. All right. And they're ruling now. All right. They came back into power after the Dark Ages in the 1300s and took down Jacob. All right. So let's go to Genesis 28 and 40 and read that. All right. The Lord will give Esau the gift of the sword. And when he gained dominion, all right, when he gained the dominion over Jacob, then he would take the yoke from off his neck. All right. All right, and that happened in Europe, okay, after the Dark Ages. All right, so it'd be Genesis 27 and I think it's 40. I'll just get to the point. And by thy sword shalt thou live, he's speaking to Esau, Edom, all right, and shall serve thy brother, which was Jacob, okay, so-called Negroes, all right, natives, Americans, Hispanics, all right, their bloodlines. All right. And of course, the speckled bird, those who look like the heathen, but their fathers go back to the Israelites. So, and by thy sword shalt thou live, and shall serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, the rulership, okay, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. All right. So the final time they broke the yoke from off of Jacob's neck was in the 1300s after the Dark Ages. Okay, when Jacob was ruling over there, the so-called Moors, the Negroes. All right, they broke the yoke from off of their neck, and they put Jacob in servitude. All right, and we all know the story. They began colonizing the Americas, right? And those were Israelites as well, the tribe of Gad and so forth. Get it? So that's how they gained the dominion, all right? And that's why we have the 12 tribe sign representing the people of the Americas, okay, on the chart. I mean the sign, not chart. But anyway, okay, if you can understand that, you know, if the spirit is dealing with you, you'll get it. If not, you won't. All right. All right. So let's go to let's read 41 real quick. Genesis, what he would do once he gained the dominion. Let's go to Genesis 27 and 41, and it says, "And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him." That will be when the Yahushua returns. The Lord is going to set up Jacob, the 144,000. Okay, the Lord Yahushua is going to set up Jacob, the 144,000, to rule the earth forever. All right. Okay. So that's the reason why Esau hated his brother. Okay. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, "The days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob." So now you're beginning to physically see in real time, all right, this come to pass, all right, for a final time. Is called Jacob's trouble. Jeremiah 30 and 5 through 7. That's what's happening now. First they got rid of the northern kingdom and got them out of America, right? All right, and God knows what they're doing to them, trafficking them, killing them, murdering, whatever they're doing to the northern kingdom, the so-called Latinos, right? And now they're coming against Jacob, against Judah, all right, the tribe of Judah. They already went against Issachar and the other tribes of Venezuela, the tribe of Asher. Now they're coming against, and of course they want to attack them in war. Okay, they got the military out there in Venezuela, but yet right now Judah they're setting up Judah now. Okay, all right, the military is in these cities. All right, and they're threatening Louisiana now. They're saying they're going to bring the military there. All right. And that's because of this verse. He said, "The days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob." Because we know they have a perpetual hatred for us. Okay. And that's what a lot of Negroes just don't understand. They have a perpetual hatred, and it's never going to end until the Lord returns and take them out of rulership and power. And they can feel it in their spirit that they're losing. Okay, and that's the reason why they're coming against Jake. They just lynched two Jakes the other day, two Negroes. All right, I don't know what day, but just this week, which is September the 16th. All right, Ezekiel 35 and 5. "Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee." So the Lord has a special judgment set up for Esau, Edom. Okay, all right. All right, for all the lynching and the destruction of so-called Native Americans, the Lord is going to bring judgment heavy on them. Okay, all right. But World War III is mounting at this time, all right, behind the scenes, all right. And again, they're not going to be ruling, but for a short season. Once they gain the dominion, they gained it again after the Dark Ages. Let's go to back to Revelation chapter 20 real quick. All right. Revelation chapter 20 and verses, I think it's 3. All right. We'll read it from the top. "And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. That was the angels, right? All right, possibly Yahushua and the angels. All right, the bottomless pit being Europe, and the Lord took down the Roman Empire, the Greco-Roman Empire. Okay, and the Western Roman Empire remained, and Judah took over. All right, that part of the empire, and Judah was ruling for 1,000+ years. Okay, and he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil. Okay, let me start from top again. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. That's symbolizing captivity, slavery. All right, brought him down to the bottom, to hell. Okay, that's being at the bottom, like so-called Negroes and Hispanics are right now. We at the bottom. We have to serve Esau. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. Okay, so he bound up the so-called Greco-Roman Empire. Okay, the empire of the Edomites, the red man, the devil. Okay, and Satan. Okay, he had the spirit of Satan, the serpent seed. All right, and cast him into the bottomless pit of Europe and shut him up so he couldn't rise above Judah at that time. All right, until the 1300s, and set a seal upon him that he should deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And after that, he must be loosed. This is the point, a little season. So they're in rulership right now for a short season of time, and we're reaching the end of that season. The Lord is bringing forth the tokens, the prophecies to pass that are written in the Bible. All right, and it's clearly being seen. Okay, the plagues. He said he would plague this place, and that's what's happening. All right. So hopefully you understood that. Okay. All right. So the Lord has whispered in the ear of these kings, to wage war. All right. Let's go to Proverbs 21:1. Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. So the Lord is commanding them to go to war. There's no free will. Okay, the Lord sends forth his angels to do his bidding. Okay, all right. Ezekiel 38 and verses 1. Ezekiel 38:1. And it reads, and the word of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him. Gog is Russia. They're in the land of Magog. Okay, and say, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thy army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Persia, that's Iran, Ethiopia, Libya with them, all of them with shields and helmet. Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togomar of the north quarters, and the bands and his bands, and many people with thee. I think that's Turkey. Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. So Russia is a guard unto these nations. After many days thou shalt be visited. In the latter years thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword, and is gathered out of many people against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste, but it is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them. Thou shalt ascend and come like a storm. Thou shalt be like a cloud to cover the land, thou and all thy bands, and many people with thee. Thus saith the Lord power, it shall also come to pass that at that same time shalt shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates. All right, and this is America. Okay, the Lord is going to allow them to pretty much bomb America. That's what's going to happen. It's going to be a sneak attack. All right. So he's going to use the other nations. Iran and all of them are going to be with them in this. And they're going to wage war against Israel as well. Okay. All right. Joel 3 and verse 9. Joel 3 and verses 9. And it reads, Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves, and come all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about thither. Cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahshua. Let the heathen be wakened, and come up to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. See, so the Lord is going to gather all the nations, all right, for this World War III, to render the judgment, all right, and redeem the Israelites. Okay, multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. The Lord also shall roar out of Zion, and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake, because they're going to shoot them missiles. But the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua will be the hope of his people, and the strength of the children of Israel. So you see that? All right. So the Lord has to bring forth this war in order to deliver the elect of Israel. All right. Okay. Let's go to Isaiah 13, 4 through 19. And it reads, the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahshua of hosts, mustereth the host of the battle. You see what I'm saying? So the Lord is having the angels go out and whisper in these kings' ear, look, it's wartime. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. All right, because the Spirit of the Lord is in these weapons. Okay, he's all for destroying America, Babylon the Great. All right, he's going to take out Israel as well. How ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand, it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. And they shall be afraid, pains and sorrow shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another, their faces shall be as flames. Behold, the day of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate. And he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir, because the Lord is going to raise up his elect men, all right, and protect them and give them spiritual power as well. Therefore I will shake the heavens and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of the Lord Yahushua of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. And it shall be as a chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every one into his own land. Every one that is found shall be thrust through, and every one that is joined unto them, you join unto these Edomites, okay, shall fall by the sword. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled. All right, people gonna be going in, soldiers, whatever, gonna be going in your home, taking everything you got, and their wives ravished. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Those Russians, okay, their bows, those nuclear missiles, all right, also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eye shall not spare children, okay, because when they launch these missiles, it's going to be a wrap, okay. If you ain't of the elect, you're going to be done, okay, you're going to be melted, all right. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, that is America, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellencies, because they brought the Chaldean magic here to America. They are the serpent seed. The serpent, when you look it up, is Nakash, which means enchanter. Okay? All right? Get it. All right? If you can understand it. Just look it up. You know, it's easy to do. You know, under the blue letter Bible. And in Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. He's going to burn this place. Okay? He's going to melt this place. And that's why we're constantly warning, okay, of this, to repent, so that all of Israel that can get this knowledge and wisdom and believe can be sealed, you know. And that's going to be, the Lord is going to send forth his angels, and they're going to pull your spirit out of your body before those missiles hit, okay, and give you a new body instantaneously in the chariots of the Lord, okay. I don't know if nobody told you that, but that's how it's going to go down. You're not going to leave here with your flesh, all right. He's going to transfer you into a new body, all right. That's the reason why the Israelites are going to rule forever. They're gonna have immortal bodies. All right. That's what's going down. All right. And he's not giving just anybody these immortal bodies. All right. If you can understand that. All right. Jeremiah 51, 7 through 11. All right. Jeremiah 51, 7 through 11. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, her philosophies, her ways. Okay. Therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed. So it's not going to, America is never going to be great again. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go every one into his own country. For her judgment reaches unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. Okay, so the Lord is that's pretty angry. Okay, when the the Lord, her judgment is reaching unto heaven all the way up to the Lord. Okay, all right. Verse 10, the Lord has brought forth our righteousness. How? By bringing forth these prophecies to pass. All right. And we're seeing them in real time. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord. That's why we go out and we declare it. See what happened? This is what's happening. Okay. They're getting ready to go to World War III. You can see how the Edomites are rising up now. Okay. What they're actually doing. All right. They're coming against the tribes of Israel. Okay. All right. If you can understand that. So the Lord is raising up the other nations, mainly Russia, to be their end and their destruction. All right. Verse 11. Make bright the arrows. He's telling the nation to make bright the arrows. The new modern day arrow is an ICBM missile. Gather the shields. The Lord has raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, for his device is against Babylon to destroy it, because it's the vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance of his temple. All right. They destroy Israel, the Israelites. All right. Our people. So the Lord is raising up the other nations to destroy them. Okay, that's what's going on. All right, let's go to verse 25. We'll read 24 and 25. And I will render, that's Jeremiah 51, 24 and 25. And I will render unto Babylon and to all the inhabitants of Chaldea all their evil that they have done in Zion, in your sight. In your sight. He's talking to us, our people, saith the Lord. Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain. America is this destroying mountain. Okay, saith the Lord, which destroyeth all the earth. And I will stretch out my hand upon thee, and roll thee down from the rocks, and make thee a burnt mountain. Because he's going to allow these other nations to launch these nuclear missiles. All right. There are 10 times, probably, I don't know how many times, but they are more powerful than the missile that they use, the bomb, the atomic bomb that they use in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. All right. So it's going to be a speedy riddance of this place. All right. All right. The Lord is going to use his arrows of indignation. All right. Let's go to 2nd Esdras chapter 16. All right. All right. And verses 12 and 13. The earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof, the sea arises up with the waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also, before the Lord and before the glory of his power. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. Okay, you see that? And we know that they have these missiles designed to shoot long way. Okay, kilometers. Okay, they're measured in kilometers. All right, so that's what the Lord is talking about here. All right, Malachi 4 and 1. All right. So all of these prophets warned us, the former prophets warned us of this great day. It says, for behold, Malachi 4 and 1, for behold, the day cometh. The day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. So in other words, their children are gonna be destroyed. Okay, their lineages. All right. And the ones who are left are going into servitude. They're going into captivity. All right, of the other nations of Esau, Edom, around the world, they're going into captivity. All right. Zephaniah 1 verses 14 and 18. 14 through 18. The great day of the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, is near. It is near, and hasteth greatly, even the voice of the day of the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. The mighty man shall cry there bitterly. All right, because it's going to be so terrible out here that you're going to see strong men crying. Okay, the great day of the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Let me go to 15. I already read that. Verse 15, Zephaniah 1 and 15, that day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, because it's going to be, smoke everywhere, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities, and against the high towers. And we can see how that can happen, because they're going to be probably sectioning off these cities real soon. All right. Okay. In America. All right. Verse 17, and I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk, Salakia, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord Yahushua, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath. Letting you know, the Lord's going to have to deliver you. But the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of my jealousy, for he shall make even a speedy riddance of all of them that dwell in the land. All right. So it's going to be a speedy riddance. All right. Revelation chapter 18. Let's see, can I locate that real quick? Yeah. Revelation 18 and 17. The Lord is going to do it in 1 hour. He's going to this great destruction in America is going to happen in 1 hour. Babylon the Great. Revelation 18 and 17. For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, America's burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city, wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour is she made desolate. So that's what's coming to America and around the world. The Lord is going to bring great destruction. But he's going to make an example out of Babylon the great whore. All right. And like this video is entitled, World War III is going down. Shalom.